Hello, storytellers. It's Storytelling Ron. I've decided to do a double feature movie review for you because I watched these two movies over the weekend. Because I was torn as a Christian which one to go see. And then I realized, hey, as a Christian, we can see both. Or can we? You're probably wondering why I, as a Christian role-playing game dude for the Lord RPG, am doing, well, you're probably wondering why I'm doing movie reviews and probably wondering why I put in Jesus Revolution. Of course you are. So let me explain, because, obviously you know why I'm doing Cocaine Bear, because okay, so Jesus Revolution, Cocaine Bear. Yes, I went and saw these movies. Yes, I'm crazy. I do crazy stuff. I know I'm on here ranting and stuff about Christianity and RPGs and the pagan culture and how horrible things are, and how mad I am. But I'm a dude, man. So I just want to go, I love going to the movies, or I sort of do. And, violent movies and gory and stuff. I guess that's sort of a sin nature of all of us, right? We want to see violence and gore, like Gladiator stuff. Of course, I don't want anybody to get hurt in real life. But somehow we like to reminisce on violence and gore and crazy stuff. So both of these are inspired by true events. So they're obviously the same theme. Okay. I'm just kidding. Jesus Revolution. So I saw that. That was great. I think, and it kind of made me angrier than Cocaine Bear did. I should probably look up the actual story about the Cocaine Bear, the premise of it. But Jesus Revolution made me a little angry in this sense. Why didn't I know about this in my class, my public school education? Why didn't I know about this? Why didn't I know about this huge movement that I'm now that after seeing the movie, and it doesn't say it in the movie, but I'm like, or kind of, you can just tell. I think the Jesus Revolution is what ended the hippie movement. And there's all this the hippie movement ended. Why did it end? What happened? And no one ever brings up this, where hundreds of thousands all across America, youth, became Christians. They gave up their hippiness to become Jesus freaks. And this is not, I've never heard of this. It's been erased, like the Time magazine. So one of the reporter in there did, got it on cover of Time, but I've never seen that cover ever. I've never seen that cover. I've never heard of this movement as a Christian, or in movies or in news or in history, even though I knew all about the hippie movement. I certainly knew about the hippies. I saw plenty of that in the movies. I've never seen this in movies and history. And yet they showed at the end their documentary of hundreds of thousands coming to Christ across the nation, and huge movement of it in Texas or whatever with Billy Graham. And we all were like, where? That's when the hippie movement ended in the 70s, like early 70s. That's when the hippie movement ended. It just died out for some reason. We don't know why. I think this is it, this movie. So, and this movie was done really well. It feels like a Hollywood production. The cinematography, I really like the lighting in it. It was really nice. The lighting in it felt really weird, interesting, and it felt like 60s. They really did an interesting thing on that, which is, I think they did that on purpose, obviously. And it was really good. It was really good. They had a lot of huge crowds in there for a lot of scenes. So it was a good movie. I really think you should make your kids go see this movie. Force them. I'm telling my daughters to go see it. They'll see it. So that was good. So Cocaine Bear. Yeah, that was a fun, it's a B movie, B score. It was good. It was funny. It was silly. It was low key, pretty gory. Some scenes there. Thankfully you didn't see him necessarily bite into the flesh, but you saw like an arm fly off, or there was some, arm blood dripping as the person's getting chewed up. So they didn't really show like the teeth biting into someone, which I'm glad that, like in some zombie flicks I've seen. So that was, thank you makers of this film for not being that gory, but they certainly showed plenty of violence and stuff happening with this crazy bear, and some silly CG and lots of funny kind of moments throughout it and stuff. So it was just a fun, silly movie, and just kind of a relief. Like I wasn't being preached to or anything. And my whole thing is, here's the issue with woke and the agenda in Hollywood, is that we we want, if you're going to make a woke movie, just make it an original movie and then see how many woke people go see it. Don't like take IPs and change them to woke, you know? Like we Christians with our Christian movies, we don't take Superman, although I know Superman was made by a Jew, but he was catering to a Christian audience, and same with Batman. They were catering to a Christian audience because that's what America was back in the day. And so they were born in a Christian culture and were Christian. But so the point of us getting upset is that you take an IP and then you put woke and lectures into it and stuff, like Star Wars or Marvel or DC or they're trying to do that with Lord of the Rings now and then whatever. So if you're going to do a woke thing, just do your own original thing, and then we won't complain. And if you become successful, okay, great, there you are. But if you're going to take IPs that we've known and we know the original intent of the creators of it and change it to like Star Trek to your woke agenda, that's when there's the fight is on. I don't know where I'm going with this with Cocaine Bear, but Cocaine Bear was fun. It was a relief because I just wanted to go see a movie where I wasn't that preached upon. And I just wanted to just be silly and crazy and cringy, very cringy. I haven't been cringe-worthy in a while. Something original. And I love this concept because it reminds me of For the Lord RPG, because in For the Lord RPG, drugging animals to terrorize the locals is a big part of like the game's sense of monsters and stuff, in the pagans, the witches and stuff. So to me, Cocaine Bear kind of like, ooh, I want to go see this because I want to get a sense of feel for that sort of dichotomy or whatever, visualization. And the Cocaine Bear was crazy and charging, running, and going crazy. And that was that's kind of what I wanted to get a sense of and play off of that in my own mind when I describe things to people. So I wanted to see who made that interpretation themselves and visualized it. That's kind of why I was excited about Cocaine Bear. But Cocaine Bear is doing really well, so it's kind of funny. When I went on a Sunday night with my daughter, and she's 25, but everyone around me was a young adult, and they're all like being silly and la. And the trailers were all those horrible slasher films, and I really realized, oh yeah, when I was their age too, I was so into gore. That man, we have a sin nature in us, that's for sure. Now, obviously, I don't want people to get hurt, but I was so into gore, so into like all that stuff, and to see that and to see these young adults kind of remind me, oh yeah, that's the way our sin nature is. And I was gonna say something else. What else? I'm just getting tired here now. One last thing to make it quick. And I said this in my other Clarion Call video, but I want to say it again. Christians, and I saw it when the Nicolas Cage new vampire film, how Christians are being portrayed as weak, useless in films and in storylines, when Christianity is the force for good. So I just want to remind you all that we need to become a force for good in the role-playing game world, and in the sense of portraying Christians in the game, putting Christians in the game, playing as Christians, missionaries. And that's my new clarion call for my game, For the Lord RPG, is to make a game where kids can see that, oh, we Christians are the force for good. We can make mistakes, we can mess up, but we are still the force for good. And when we come to villages, when we come to places and spread Christianity, plant churches in these little games and silly little things, because the pagans, they just want to enslave each other. They want to torture each other. They want to beat each other up. They want to control each other. And it was the Christians and control each other with drugs and potions, just like this Cocaine Bear. But it's Christians that came in and said, hey, this is wrong. This is absolutely evil. Like, there are absolutes. And that's what For the Lord RPG is. And the mechanics of the game are designed that way, so you actually play that way. Because all the other role-playing games are not, their design is like, good versus evil, paganism, worship this god, worship that god. They're all the same, use the same spells, use the same magic, with a couple of different little twists and turns. But it's all paganism. The mechanics are that way. So if you played a Christian, it would be kind of hard because you're not allowed to do Christian stuff in it as far as the mechanics of the game go. Mine, mechanics are in there for being a Christian, being a missionary, doing evangelism and rebuking and blessing and healing and converting and or convincing them enough, the villagers, to allow you to plant a church so you can build up on that, be rewarded for that as the player or the character, and then move on to the next mission, as that church is now planted and that village is now learning and crafting itself as a Jesus Revolution, in the Dark Ages, as you go up against the next Cocaine Bear. See how I full circle this? All right, so I'm gonna hashtag these and try to go viral with my little movie review. I don't even know if that's a movie review. I recommend both. Although Cocaine Bear if you don't like violence and gore and craziness, I don't recommend it. If you're a libertarian kind of person, I recommend Cocaine Bear, and I recommend Jesus Revolution for everybody. So there's that. All right.